my channel. Today I have done a bronze fall makeup look. This has a lot of glitter, it's very dramatic, and that's the way we like it around here. So if you guys would like to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Alright, so everybody, let's get started. So I'm going to start first with the Tarte Shape Tape. I use it as concealer and eye primer. It just cancels out like redness, anything like that. So let me zoom you in. I know this looks crazy, but I like to bring the primer all the way over in here. Well, the concealer, whatever you use. Later we are going to do foundation, obviously. So you just, it makes it a lot easier at the end if you have brought it all the way over. Like that. So the palette that I'm going to be using for this video, I'm using one eyeshadow palette, that's it, to make it a little bit easier on you guys. I'm using the KYLIE Cosmetics, this is the bronze palette, one of my favorite palettes out there. It's a great neutral palette, I use it all the time. I have a lot of palettes and I always go back to this one and her Burgundy palette, so they're both really good. I look really bad right now, I can see myself. Anyway, I'm going to take a Sigma large shader brush and just put that all over my lid, this color right here. The reason why I do that is just to set everything really nicely and prep it for eyeshadow. So if you do that, if you set your lid with just like a regular like skin colored eyeshadow, then everything else will just blend on top of it a lot easier. It won't skip. So yeah. Next I'm just gonna use like regular Scotch tape. You wanna angle the tape up towards your brow, but you wanna leave a little bit of space, a few centimeters in between right here and the tape, because you're gonna want eventually the eyeshadow to all blend together. You want it to have a really nice blended look and it looks really cohesive. If you put it too close to your eye, like right on your eye, it won't look as good. So hopefully you can see that I put a little bit of space right in between there. Okay, next step, I'm going to take this orange color right in the middle of the palette. And I'm going to take it on an IT Cosmetics crease brush. If you're looking for a crease brush, if you're a beginner to makeup, even if you're not a beginner to makeup, hold on, this is popping up a little bit. This is the best crease brush that I've ever found. It's just the perfect length, perfect density, perfect stiffness, and it makes everything look airbrushed. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it on the outer corner. I'm going to bring it all the way. I'm going to bring it onto my lid. And I'm also going to bring it up through my crease in the outer corner, and then I'm also going to feel with my brush, point it upwards. I can feel with my brush my bone that's right here. You can kind of feel where your socket is. See how yeah, you can see right there. So I'm pushing it up into there, and I'm just feeling where that is, pushing it up and in, and I'm gonna bring that all the way over. So I'm bringing all of this all the way over here. So you can do this, you can do windshield wiper motions, and then also you can take it and then I do like teeny tiny little circles to blend that out. And then I'm taking a little bit more, bringing it onto my lid. I'm gonna bring it a little bit farther in than you probably would traditionally. So I'm gonna bring it really close into right here. And I'm going to do circular motions right in there. And the reason, you'll see at the end why I do that, but just bring it really far in. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brush. It's a little bit flatter than a crease brush is. I'm going to take this shade over here. It's kind of like a burnt, like reddish brown. By the way, you can use a few different other palettes to do this look. You don't necessarily need this KYLIE Cosmetics palette. So you could also do this with the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. You could do it with a Morphe 350, the Jaclyn Hill palette. So you could do a bunch. Okay, so this time I'm going to also put this on the outer corner. I'm gonna start working it on the other corner. Just really see the movement that I'm making. Just like that. And then I'm also going to take this one up into my crease, but just leave it a little bit lower. So I'm still feeling where that orbital bone is, holding my brush up, but I'm just taking it a little bit underneath the orange so it has a really nice ombre blended look. This time I'm not using as many circular motions. I'm using more of like a windshield wiper motion, if you can tell. Next I'm gonna go in with this Loud Cosmetics brush. This is an E1 and it's kind of like a really, really tiny crease brush. So it's still kind of fluffy. It's for a really nice, precise blended look. They have a really good brush set on their website. If you want to check it out, I'll try to link it below. But next I'm gonna go into this like fudge dark brown chocolate shade in the palette, and I'm gonna take it on this brush. This time I'm only gonna take it a third of the way over and on my outer corner. Alright, so you can see how I did that, and then after that I always like to just take that, you can take either the brush that you put the orange on, or you can just take a brush with nothing on it and just kind of like go over and soften a little bit. Make sure everything's blended, it should be, but I'm just going to take a little bit more on that brush and just put it on the outer corner. I really want the outer corner of my eye to be really deep. Now I'm going to take this is also from Loud, this is an E4 brush. It's kind of like a pencil brush, but it's a little bit fluffier than a traditional pencil brush is. I just don't love pencil brushes, they kind of hurt. But anyway, I'm going to take the black in the palette. So the black is right here. Using a black in this eyeshadow look is very important in my opinion. I feel like when you use black, it really ties a look together. It makes everything look way more dramatic and like crispier. Does that make sense in any way? Anyway, taking the black, and I'm just gonna leave that on the outer corner. I'm not gonna take it over, I'm just gonna leave it on the outer corner. To blend that, I'm just gonna take the, I'm gonna take this brush. It had a little bit of the darker reddish brown on it, and just blend out the work I did. Another thing you can do if you feel like that the black looks too harsh, take the brush that you used the like fudge color on, the dark chocolate brown, and just go right above the black, and that'll blend everything together. Because remember, it's all blending into each other. These are all meant to look like an ombre, so just go right above the black and that should blend it out. So anyway, let's move on to the main show, the glitter of this eyeshadow look. So the glitter that I'm going to be using is the Beauty Creations glitter in Peachness. This is like my favorite glitter of all time. It was kind of like a bittersweet moment when I found this, because I was like, oh my god, I found my perfect glitter. Nothing will top it. But anyway, it's just an awesome, awesome glitter. It's cheap, it's affordable, and I will be linking it below. For glitter primer, I'm going to be using the NYX glitter primer. And this is a nice drugstore option. So you will need this though for this glitter. So it is definitely mandatory, but the good news is it's only like $6 or something. So, and you'll have it forever. So I just take it on. This is just like a little synthetic brush. A lot of people ask me what brush to use. Honestly, I haven't really found one that's that great, but this is just from a Vanity Planet set. It's just a cheap, teeny tiny little brush, and that's what I use. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take it onto your lid all the way over to about here, and you're gonna kind of carve out, if you've ever seen anybody do like a cut crease, you're gonna do the same thing with the glue. So you're gonna kind of carve it out. You'll see me do it. Okay, one thing I like to do, once I've laid out all of my glitter glue, I like to just kind of tap and see if it's kind of got like a tacky feel. Once I see that it does, I take my glitter and I will just dunk my brush in there. So you can see I have a ton on my brush right now. So you can see I took it all the way over to about right here. Hopefully you guys can understand now why I said you really need black eyeshadow for this look. Glitter is tough to blend, like kind of, you know, like taper off over here. So the black just kind of helps it out. That's all I'm saying. And then you can also see why I brought the orange like so far over here, because you kind of want it to poke out a little bit right where that glitter is. Once the glitter has set and you're happy with the way that it looks, you can kind of go back in and put a little bit more black. And then just kind of repeat the steps. So like I do the black fudge color and I'll bring it right on top of that, like lightly blend it. And then what I like to do is I'll take like that reddish brown, on this brush, and I'll bring it a little bit onto to merge those two. So I kind of go like that. If you want to, just take a little bit of orange again. Actually, there's one more step. You can also take a little bit of that like cream color onto your brush and just kind of like lightly go underneath the brow, and that'll kind of, if you brought it up too high, that'll kind of act as an eraser. But anyway, there you go. That's the first eye. So now I'm going to go and do the other eye, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back with the other eye. I took the tape off this side, but let's just do a little. You guys can kind of see though, there is some coming down here, and that's because I put the tape far enough away. So like once I do my bottom lash line, it's all gonna blend really seamlessly. That's what we want. What I like to do is just take a cotton round with some micellar water on it and just run it underneath there. Sometimes they don't come up, and that's okay, but just do the best that you can, I guess, to get all of that off. Now that we've got that done, we can put a little bit of mascara on. Just use whatever mascara you have. You don't have to do a lot of it. It's just easier for removal once you're done with your makeup. Just do like a light coat. If you don't like to wear false lashes, you could actually just stop right there and it would be fine. I do like to wear false lashes. I can't get away from it. I'm addicted to them. So the ones I'm going to be using are these House of Lashes. These are the Iconic Lashes. That's another look at them. They're really, really dramatic, so just be aware of that. But they look really good in pictures. So I'm going to pop these on and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, we're back. We have the lashes on. I know they look like a little bit crazy, so it'll come together at the end, believe me. And believe me, you can definitely see my glitter in person at least. So anyway, I'm gonna prime my skin. So I'm gonna use this Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow, and I like this because it has hyaluronic acid in it, so it is really hydrating. So if you have dry skin, you might like this. You will probably really like it, actually. So then finally I'm using this Catrice. This is the Prime and Fine. It's just a pore minimizing primer. Oh, by the way, I started doing my own acrylic nails, as some of you guys, if you follow me on Snapchat, which you should if you don't, because I try to post like tricks, tips, goofs, gaffs, and sometimes I do like story times on there that I don't want to tell on YouTube, but anyway, my Snapchat is just, it's linked below, you guys will see, but I started doing my own acrylic nails because recently I got my nails filled, and I've been getting my nails filled for like since high school. So that was like 4 or 5 years ago. And so that's been 4 or 5 years, probably more than that. And I've been getting them filled, and like I'm somebody, I need acrylic nails because I will bite my nails if I don't have them on. By the way, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, which might not match me, but that's okay. Yeah, so I have been getting them done forever, and it just cost me a lot of money. But I had the inkling one day, I was watching a Jenna Marbles, she was doing her own acrylic nail video, and I was like, wait a minute, I could definitely, like I've gotten my nails done long enough now where I feel like I could do it myself. And that is not me encroaching upon nail techs, because I definitely admire what you guys do and respect it, and I think you guys are like artists, and it really is, our nails are, they really are art, and it's like another sector of the beauty community that I have yet to venture into. But I just was like, you know what, I think I could do it. So I start watching some videos online. I started with Nail Career Education, if you guys know who that is, on YouTube, so if you want to go watch her. But I was just kind of like, okay, I just want to learn, like, is it going to be really hard or is it kind of easy? And I looked them up and I'm watching them, I'm like, okay, and I decided, okay, I can start doing my own acrylic nails. Especially because, and this is just an interesting timing, because the last time I went in to get my nails done, typically when I get a fill, it'll cost me like 20 bucks plus tip, and I usually give like a $5 tip. And so $25 every 3 weeks to get my nails filled. And I'm like, you know what? Like, this is crazy. Plus, the time before that I asked for white, what did I ask for? White ombre, like coffin nails. That's what I asked for. And immediately he was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then but he didn't tell me the price, which is like, okay, whatever. We finished to pay and it was $70. $70 to get my nails done that way. I've learned now that's a different technique and it's a little bit harder. Plus he used like a gel polish, which costs like way too much extra. But the last few times I got my nails done, I just kind of have like a, I don't know, I'm like, you know what, this is like too much money. Like I don't want to spend this much money anymore. So I bought a acrylic set and I posted about it on Snapchat, but I bought an acrylic set to start doing nails from Sally Beauty for $20. And I bought like, you know, a few nail polishes, whatever, on Amazon that were really cheap. Honestly, in total, it probably cost me like 30 bucks. And that's probably like, actually no, it probably cost me $25. Honestly, it didn't even cost me that much. And Amazon's really cheap for nail stuff, by the way. So I bought all this stuff and I go to do my nails and it came out, this is the first time I ever did my nails. Like they look pretty good. So then I went and I bought a mini UV lamp to cure gel polish and like gel, and I bought it for $9, well $9.99 on Amazon. Works great. And they would have charged me, like I just keep thinking in my head, like they would have charged me so much for this in the nail salon, they would have charged me so much for this. But yeah, like, so now I have these nails. It didn't cost me that much money. Anyway, if you were wondering, I bet nobody even thought about my nails, but yeah, that's just interesting, I guess. I'm gonna move on now. So I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is in the shade Fair, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of this underneath my eyes. I know it looks really light, but it'll all work out. I have started a new technique for contouring my nose that I want to share with you guys. I'm very excited about it. So I have recently started, I'm still using the Catrice Prime and Fine Contour Stick. I love this. It's in the shade for lighter skin. And I take a Luxie 131 mini angled brush. So I take a angled brush that's kind of like fluffy, if you can see that at all. And I just go like this on my product. And I get a bunch on there. Well, not a bunch, but. And then I just go ahead and I contour my nose with this. It gives it like a really, really nice, kind of like a soft contour. And since the brush is a little bit more like fluffy, it kind of blends it out already for you. It's really, really nice. I'll usually connect it, like I'll kind of bring it all the way down, and then I don't bring it all the way down like this. I'll just kind of bring it right here and then I'll taper it off. So once most of the product is gone, I'll kind of then bring it down the side of my nose. This would also be a really good technique if you have clients to contour their nose, because it's just like a really easy way to have a lot of control over the product. And it's very, very easy to do this. So what I'll also do is I'll take it like right underneath my lip. Next, I'm going to set my under eye. So I keep the RCMA powder. It's only $12, and I keep it in this little old moisturizer tin, because the packaging on the RCMA powder is a little bit weird. But anyway, so I take it on an e.l.f. tapered, what is this? e.l.f. small tapered brush. And let me get all of the creases out. I also recommend putting this powder anywhere that you have trouble with oil. So if you're an oily person, like wherever you kind of get oily or wherever you sweat. To set my whole face, I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is in shade 2. And this is like the best powder ever. It is really nice for setting your face. So kind of like eyeshadow, when you set your eyes with a cream colored shadow or a skin colored shadow before you actually start blending. It kind of gives you a really nice base and nothing will skip, nothing will look muddy or patchy or anything like that. So this is kind of what I do for the face too. So like once you start to do contour and you do bronzer and blush, nothing is gonna look patchy, and that's what you don't want anything to look patchy, obviously. So one of the best powders out there, if not the best powder out there. Really quickly, I'm gonna do my eyebrows off of camera. I have a lot of other videos where I do my eyebrows, so I'm just gonna do them off camera to save a little bit of time, and I'll be right back. We're back. I know the brows look a little crazy, but that's okay. Actually, no, they don't. They look pretty good. Anyway, I'm gonna take the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm just gonna take kind of like these two on this little Moda brush. I believe you can get these at Walmart. When I contour, I kind of like to do one of these. I like to get right in there. Now that I've got that where I pretty much like it, I'm gonna use the Water Bronzer. This is the darker shade, or the darkest shade. Don't get the light shade, it's just too light. And I'm gonna take it on this huge bronzer brush from IT Cosmetics. I love this brush, I love it. And you're gonna wanna do a lot of bronzer because we're gonna do a dark lip, and sometimes that kind of washes you out for whatever reason, so kind of load it up. I'm gonna do a teeny tiny bit of blush. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Rose de Oro. You guys need this blush you need it. For like winter and fall, you need it. It is so pretty, like seriously. One of my favorite blushes of all time, let me just tell you right now. For highlighter, I'm gonna take this brush. This is like a Tarte brush, it's a fan brush, and I'm gonna go into this Rose highlighting palette from Bad Habit. I will link it below. I'm gonna kind of like go in between these two really quick. Some people don't like my nose highlight, that's fine. Oh, I'm gonna take a little bit up here too. I'm gonna take a smudger brush. This is just a smudger brush, I guess. And take that right underneath my lash line. We're gonna connect it back up into that. So, like that. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this, also same brush, and just kind of do that on the outer corner. A flat definer brush, and I'm gonna go into like the chocolatey shade right here. And I'm gonna put that just really, really close to my lash line, but I'm not gonna take it all the way over. If you can, again, try to connect it like from that top right here and bring it in, then hit your lash line with some, just a little bit of mascara. Before I do my lip, I'm going to just set my face to take away any powder. So I'm gonna use the Milani Make It Last and just kind of, if you guys wanna stop there and just do a nude lip, you can totally do that, but I'm just gonna go for an ultimate fall look. And there is a myth in makeup that you can't do a really dramatic eye with a dramatic lip. And there's no rules to makeup is my response to that. So I am going to use this NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in, this is in the shade Cherry Skies, I believe. Yep, this is in the shade Cherry Skies. Isn't that such a pretty, this like fall color? I love it. It's so pretty. And it really does, it lasts a long time. I've done this look like literally like 3 or 4 times now. It just looks really classic and eye-catching, and it's really just, I love it. So anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please tag me if you do recreate this, or send me a Snapchat or a tweet or something. I don't even know. I just want to see if you guys recreate it because I really like this look. I think it's awesome. So, and I think you guys will look awesome if you wear it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you found it helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.